House of Representatives flipping from Republican back to Democratic. Again, for the third time in 4 elections, we've had a switch there. That's what's so amazing. To have Democrats take back control is not so shocking when you think about the fact that the first time they took control in 2006 was the first time in 90 years. And we've seen the House now flip back and forth and back. Certainly, I think if you look at how the Democrats were able to win 115 House seats and capture the majority back, there really are 2 major factors. And the first one is all about recruitment. You got to hand it to House Democratic leader Terry Norelli, Democratic Party Chairman Ray Buckley, folks who worked on the House Democratic PAC. They did a phenomenal job of convincing more than 100 Democrats who had lost 2 years earlier to give it another try. Now, a year ago, when the Democratic base in New Hampshire was pretty demoralized, it was difficult to get Democrats to think about dusting themselves off and coming back into the fray. But those Democratic leaders were able to do it, and it really made all the difference, because really what you had in 2012 is you had some familiar Democratic names on the ballot that really helped, because as we've seen in 2012, you got a couple 100,000 more voters that vote in a presidential year. Well, many of those people didn't vote in 2010. They didn't vote to throw out those Democratic members. So they get the ballot, they see the names, and they say, yeah, I know that person. I voted for them in 2008. And they probably won election in 2008. So that certainly helped as well. The other thing that was the undoing for House Speaker Bill O'Brien in losing the majority, ironically enough, was this redistricting plan. Because at the end of the day, it doubled the size of districts, doubled the number of districts from 100 to more than 200. By doing that, you really created smaller places for Democrats to mount door-to-door campaigns. And I think many of them effectively did that. Finally, we certainly had the support of President Barack Obama. Look at the elections, and we'll get a better look at it during the recounts that we're going to have this coming week. But you'll really find that the votes for President Obama track the votes for House candidates. That in many cases, Democrats did as well running for the House of Representatives as the president did in those districts. There was a fall off of the vote, but the percentage was very similar to what they received. So clearly, in that respect, with a 6-point victory, President Barack Obama had some